everybody, welcome to Wild Boy Movies, the place to talk movies, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my top 10 favorite MLP characters. This list will include characters from G4 and G5, as that's the only two generations that I've ever seen. But be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below your favorite MLP character. And before we get started, I want to go ahead and talk about some honorable mentions, which include the CMC, Pip, Princess Luna, Sunny, Trixie, and Hitch. Now with that out of the way, let's get right into it. Alright, kicking off this list at number 10 is Izzy. Like, she's one of the characters in this entire franchise that is just random and crazy. Like, she goes completely wild over a day called TUES Day when others think that it's just Tuesday. But another thing that makes Izzy such a great character in the series is her creativity. Like, in that same episode, she made an entire unicorn friend out of some leftover metal and trash. But yeah, it's also very wild at times and it's essentially G5's Pinkie Pie. But what separates the two characters is that while Pinkie is just a party girl, Izzy is just an imaginative and creative pony. That makes her such an enjoyable character in the series. And also not to mention that she used her creative abilities to restore an abandoned theme park. Taking the 9th place spot is Pinkie Pie. Like, she's just essentially this insane, crazy character of this series. Like, she even has a multiversal hive mind with her Equestria Girls variant. At least that's my headcanon. In fact, she's so crazy that she nearly ended Equestria thanks to her getting Discord's chaotic magic. But really, it's Pinkie Pie's personality and that makes her such a great character. I mean, she's just a pony that just wants to throw parties and make other ponies happy. And she's just a lot of fun to watch when she appears in this series. Like, she's so unexpected and random that you don't know what you're gonna get yourself into whenever Pinkie Pie appears on screen. And that randomness is just a lot of fun to watch. Taking 8th place is Rainbow Dash. Now, this isn't a bias because blue is my favorite color, but she's really just this awesome character. Like, she dreams of being a Wonderbolt, which is like the stunt show for Equestria. And she eventually accomplishes that dream in season 5. Not to mention that she actually met Daring Do, like the legitimate Daring Do / AK Yearling, who is in fact Daring Do. And she also serves as a sister-like figure to Scootaloo, one of the CMC members, and sometimes has this ego of being a hero that is shown primarily in season 2. But generally, at the end of the day, Rainbow Dash is just such an awesome character in the series, and is also what led me to this franchise. Taking 7th place is Misty. Now, I actually think that she has a very interesting story that they went ahead and told in Make Your Mark and Tell Your Tale, where in her earlier appearances in G5, she was basically a villain looking for the bigger villain of this generation, Opaline. And she does the things she does because Opaline promises her that she will get her cutie mark if she does what she's told. And this continues until she decides that she doesn't want to do this anymore and cuts ties with Opaline. Like, Misty has gotta be like one of the best developed characters out of this entire franchise. Like, this is something that I gotta go ahead and praise G5 for. And although it might not be the best redemption arc of this franchise, I still think that she had an amazing story arc. Number 6 is gonna be going to DJ Pond 3, or Vinyl Scratch. And I'm just gonna say right here, she has gotta be the best background pony of the entire series. I mean, her design is just so awesome. Like, I love that mane style and those glasses. And also, not to mention that she is also a DJ, and she's still like a big character going on right now because they're using her to do remixes of different songs of MLP. And this was also a background character in the series where this fandom created this character's whole personality that we know of her. And they just went with that and made it canon to the series. Plus, her having her headphones on and listening to music out in public is something that I literally do on a daily basis when I'm out of the house. Coming in at number 5 is Rarity. Like, not only does she have some of the most coolest outfits that she's made in the series, but it's mainly the fact that she's basically the biggest drama queen of all of Equestria. Like, Rarity's the type of character in the show where if she makes like a small mistake in one of her clothing lines, she would absolutely freak out, and it's honestly just very entertaining for me to watch. Like, seeing Rarity just freak out over like the most minor thing is honestly one of like my favorite things that this show has done. But what really sells it for me is her personality and how the show just handles the character of Rarity. Plus, also not to mention that Rarity has the best singing voice out of the entire MLP franchise. Coming in at number 4 is Zip Storm, and without hesitation, Zip is the best character out of the 5th generation of MLP. Like, she's just this athletic and introverted Pegasus who lives with her friends at Maritime Bay and spends a lot of her time being a detective and solving mysteries involving like the magic of Equestria and Opaline. Like, for me, the character of Zip in Make Your Mark and Tell Your Tale is honestly the reason why Zip is the best character out of this 5th generation. I mean, she was a great character in the New Generation movie, but I feel like following that New Generation movie, I think is where we get the best of Zip, and honestly is the best moments of this character, and causing her to be this high up on my character list. Kicking off the top 3 is Sunset Shimmer. Now, I went in depth on this character in a separate video on why I think Sunset Shimmer is the best Equestria girl. But to sum it up in this video, I think Sunset has had like the best character arc out of this entire franchise. Like, she started out as this typical high school bully, but then becomes a much better person and has a great redemption arc in the second Equestria Girls movie, Rainbow Rocks. Like, Sunset Shimmer is like my personal favorite part of this entire Equestria Girls franchise just because they did such a great job with her character arc in those movies and specials. But generally, overall, she's just like this great character that I recommend you watch my analysis video on her for a full explanation on her character. Our runner-up on this list is Twilight Sparkle. Now, ever since I started watching this series, she has been like my favorite character of this show, but now she's at number 2 on my list. Like, I really dug the 9-season arc that this show has gone through of Twilight being a loner to becoming the ruler of Equestria. Was done so well, and yes, I am one of those people who defends Twilight becoming an alicorn. But what does it for me is that she's just like this likable character that you want to her while she's learning about friendship. And also her voice acting done by Tara Strong. She does such a great job as this main character of this 4th generation. But maybe it's because the show spends a lot of time with this character as she learns everything about friendship. But taking the number 1 spot on this list is Starlight Glimmer. And just like with Sunset Shimmer, I made a whole analysis video on the character of Starlight Glimmer. So go ahead and check that video out if you haven't already. But essentially, the reason Starlight is my favorite character out of this entire series is the way that the show went ahead and handled the character of Starlight Glimmer. Like, yeah, she is a reformed villain, and I do think that Sunset Shimmer's redemption arc is better than Starlight's redemption arc, but it's still a pretty good redemption arc nonetheless. But most importantly, she's just like this great and fun character to see her go through what she does in the particular episode that she's in. And through my opinion, makes Starlight Glimmer the best character out of all of MLP. But that was my ranking of my top 10 favorite characters throughout the My Little Pony franchise. I want to hear from you guys. What are your guys' 10 favorite characters from this series or your favorite character from this franchise? Go ahead and leave that down in the comment section. And while you're at it, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. And have a great day.